can be a stressful thing, whether you're traveling solo or with a companion, or if you throw an infant and toddler into the mix, things can get a little crazy. So here are my tips as far as travel goes with a small one in tow, because I've done a fair amount of traveling, you know, before my son came along, but now that he's 8 months old, he's been on almost 40 flights. We started traveling with him at 2 months and he's now 8 months. So in a 6-month span, yes, this is kind of on the high end of the spectrum, but I've gained so much knowledge with each and every trip, so I thought I'd pass it along to you. And I have 2 really good friends that are traveling for the first time with their small children and hit me up just asking my advice. So this is what I passed along to them, and now I'm giving it to you. So hope you enjoy, and let's fly right into it. First up, check your stroller and your car seat. Easy peasy, it's free, it does not count as your checked luggage. So get one of those bags from Bye Bye Baby. I have the JL Childress version, and it's 20 bucks. And you can just stuff that thing with whatever. Your shoes, a baby bumbo, an extra set of sheets, whatever you need to, put in there because it's free, and it's a little trick to get away with, you know, paying that stupid 25 bucks if you're not on Southwest. Next, get a good baby carrier and wear your baby through security. So once you've checked everything, you'll have your diaper bag and your carry-on, and then you carry your baby through a baby katan, a wrap, a sling, whatever you use. Now I use the Baby Ergo 360 because Camden faces out and he likes to look at things. But that is amazing. You just wear that through the metal detector. You don't have to go through the x-ray machine. But yeah, if you have anything that you don't want to go through the x-ray, such as formula or breast milk or frozen packed foods or food pouches, anything that is used to feed your baby, just have that separate and then tell the people you want to hand check, and they'll check it separately, and you can watch and make sure. They'll kind of give you some flack, some people will at least, and say, no, send it through the x-ray, it's fine. Well, just say I don't want it to. If you don't care, skip this step. But if you do, then just have them carry it around. They'll test it and check your hands, make sure that you don't have a bomb strapped to you as well as your baby, and you're good to go. It takes less than 5 minutes usually. Just be the last to board a flight. With somebody, have them bring all your stuff on and get organized, and then that way it's just less time you having to sit there with your child and have them get aggravated over certain things. But if you're flying solo, and if you're on Southwest, I think they do a family boarding, which is awesome, because even if you're C boarding group, then you still get hopefully a window or an aisle seat if that's what you choose, and you won't have to sit middle seat. Change your baby's diaper before boarding. That way, you know, you can go longer, I guess, with them having a soiled diaper, because some planes don't have changing tables, and if you can avoid doing a diaper change on the toilet, I suggest you do so. Although, if you do have to do that, it's really not that bad. Flip the seat down, take a seat, face out, put your baby on your lap, and just do everything that way. It takes a little longer, you might have a squirmer, but it's definitely doable. I can attest to that. Feed your baby on the takeoff and on the landing. Make sure that you're nursing or they have a bottle, and that they're constantly sucking. My biggest tip for this is when you're landing, the descent can take a lot less time than you think. So when you hear that bell go off and it says, hi, we're in our initial descent, we're gonna pick up trash, da 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 da, put your baby on the boob or stick a nipple in their face, because that's when you want to start. And it's just, the descent, you drop altitude so much faster, and that's when your babies can really have their ears affected. So when you hear those screaming babies when you're about to land after a 3-hour flight, it's probably why. Keep them entertained with a small toy. Just remember to pack light. Bring something that's new if they're a little bit older. Stickers are cool. Camden now, we just play with the little drink cup that I get. Chug a glass of water, and he starts to play with that. Something that's lightweight, their favorite toy. I use the Lamaze. It's like a baby, it's like a butterfly or I don't know what the thing is, but I'll have it linked here. And it's awesome because I can clip it onto my baby carrier, and he can chew the heck out of it. And I also bring little light books. The indestructible books, oh God, are amazing. You can get them wet, they crinkle, they can chew on them, they don't tear, they're non-toxic. They're unbelievable, and they come in a really fun array. Just remember, when it comes to toys, just go minimal, especially if the baby's under 8 months old, because they don't really need much. Make sure you bring extra bottles and stuff on the plane because you may not be able to rinse those out. You don't want to use the water in the bathroom because that's chock full of chemicals, and you don't want your baby growing a third eye unless they're doing yoga on the airplane. And speaking of feeding, if you're formula feeding and your baby likes warm milk, and a lot of babies sleep better if they can have something warm in their tummies, don't be afraid to ask your flight attendants for a cup of, or to warm up the water that you give them. A lot of times they're very generous and they will help you out, and that could just benefit everybody. And documentation, call ahead of time and make sure that your baby is listed under your profile and that they are considered a lap child. If you're not purchasing their own seat, and try to bring, an insurance card, or if they have a birth certificate, bring their copy of their birth certificate. And if you're flying internationally, yes, you do need a passport. If you want to see a video on my tips for a great passport picture for a child, let me know. My experience was quite humorous and ridiculous at the same time. So yeah, if you want to see that, just leave in the comments below. And also check with your airline because they may charge you 10% of the ticket price for that lap child. I think it's like some international tax fee. We were charged that going to Mexico and we had no idea. So just be prepared for that. So my last tip is just to take it easy, and I know if you're a type A personality, it's really hard to kind of go with the flow, but it's important to kind of have a calming energy about you because your baby does feed off of that. And you'll have a much better trip if you don't worry about the little things. It's travel. There's something gonna go wrong and you have to deal with it, and I know it's stressful because there's another person that you're worried about. But there's gonna be germs. They might lick the floor of the airport. Like, you can't sanitize everything, but do your best, and hopefully these tips have helped you along the way. Just remember that you're traveling with your child, and that is a luxury, and it's a gift that you're giving them, and just think of that in the back of your mind when you're changing a poopy diaper in a bathroom with no changing table, that the experience that your child is gaining and the memories and stuff that you're building are just so valuable, and hopefully that gets you through your stressful moments. So if you guys have any tips that you want to pass along to anybody watching, or just to give to me because I may have missed something and can use it on my next flight, please let me know in the comments below. And again, I hope this helped you out, and good luck and travel safe and enjoy your time with your baby. See you in my next video on Monday. Bye guys.